Yeah, so I'd like to say a few words about this painting here that I did. It's part of my series Disruption, and as you can see, there's a sort of a movement here that is disrupting the space. And for me, it's something that I started about 2 years ago, I think, the Disruption series. And when I started this, I said, what is something that is everywhere today, and we're living it in a constant way. Many people realize it, but they can't really express it visually. So I came up with this idea of the square that you can see, and I transform it. I make it go upside down. And why is it that I'm doing it? I'm doing it so that we can understand that things are moving, and they're moving rapidly, and they are disrupting. And as we can see today, presently, with this tragedy of the COVID, we understand that, the power of that concept of disruption that basically shatters things. And whatever you consider to be something eternal, it's broken. And we're seeing it all over, we're seeing it in politics, and we're seeing it in technology. And obviously today we're seeing it, in the medical field, in healthcare, in the economy. Um, and I think few artists have touched this idea, especially the way I'm doing it. But for me, it's something really essential because, this is really the testimony of our time today, that concept of disruption. So it's very, very important, you know, to, to be, as an artist, to witness what we are living and try to express it in a painting. And this is what I've been trying to do here. As you can see, and the colors are really vivid, and I'm trying to do this disruption, in this particular painting in a way, that also creates some hope maybe, because these colors are expressing hope and brightness and a positive energy, you know, trying to get out of that, of that situation. So in a way, what is going to be very disruptive will be the introduction of these vaccines that will reverse what we are living today. And that also is very disruptive. Never in history did we witness the effort of 200 companies around the world that are working day and night to change, what we have been living now for the past 6, 7 months, this tragedy of that virus that shatters everything around the world, socially, economically. We've never seen anything like that in 100 years. And so you see, this is probably my hope when I do that. I'm saying it's disruption, but maybe it's going to be something positive out of it. And obviously, after such a tragedy, it's impossible that we are going to go back to where we were before. Everything is going to be changing. I mean, the perception of people, from politics to health to the economy to everything, there's going to be a massive movement. And this is something that we're seeing all over the world. I think the generation that is in their teens and in their 20s, these children, these people, these youth, doesn't want to go back to where they were. They really want a new world. And this is also going to be disruptive. And they're going to force us to think differently. And that also has to do, with the way we are perceiving, the future of this planet, with climate change. That's the biggest disruption. If you think, and I think, that that virus is the most difficult thing that we're going to be living through, no, 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 no. The climate change, just already in Africa, the scientific people are expecting that there's going to be 50 to 60 million African people that are going to want to come into Europe because of the climate change and what it is creating in Africa, basically creating deserts today, and the inability of people to 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 sustain a decent living, because it's going to disrupt the entire economies and probably Asia also. So we are paying attention to something which is bigger than anything that we can ever dream of. This big issue of climate change is going to be the most disruptive thing that our society will have to face, in the next 10, 20, 30 years. And that's not a joke. So if we were not prepared for COVID, I don't know how we're going to be prepared for climate change. Because obviously, we can't close our eyes as to everything that happens, with the climate. So, that's part of being an artist, is also try to comprehend the dimension of where we are as a society. And this painting and some of these paintings that I did, the disruption, are essentially at the core of everything that we are living. See, an artist is not only a painter, sometimes he also has to think in many different dimensions. And thank you for listening.